Good evening, everybody. How are we all doing?
Good evening.
Hello.
Evening.
It's not that good of an evening, is it really? But
I
was all right a few hours ago. Now I'm just, I don't know whether I'm raging, disappointed, sad, or just bloody angry. I can't make my mind.
All of them.
Probably
Yeah,
all
all
of
of them.
them.
Yep, I'd agree on that.
Oh,
Yeah.
bollocks.
That's exactly what I said when we lost.
You all right, Bill?
Yeah. I just dropped some on the floor, but it's all right.
Oh, okay. No,
dear.
I didn't watch it. I listened to it. I've read the reviews. I've seen the goals. We were absolutely woeful. Absolutely woeful today. Not a clue. I mean, there was art from what I listened to. I mean, I don't know. You guys saw it. You probably did. The only one that I thought played well, or the two, was Joe Linton and his names. I'm hoping some names, Shelby. There you go. Got there in the end. Other than that, waste of time, waste of a shirt. And I tell you what it is: 3,500 fans have gone down spending hundreds of pounds to get there. The club need to turn around, apologise, and pay them some of that money back, if not all the money, for putting out a performance like that. Absolutely shocking by the team for those wonderful fans. If we had a team as good as the fans, we'd win everything. But we haven't. Not yet, anyway.
Yeah, I'll get the feeling.
I'll tell you what, we've got to drop that ASM as well, because he was ridiculous again. This is 8 games. 8 games. He hasn't turned up since Bruce has gone, has he? 8 games.
I absolutely had to flip my
I
lid
think
about
him and Willick and Lascelles need to be, I would argue, given a period of time out of the team, not even on the bench. They need to go away and reassess what they're doing and then come back if they can prove they're good.
Do you know what? I'd sell ASM in January, and that's me saying it, because he doesn't want to be here. Just let him go. Get rid of him.
Well, I slightly disagree, but I think you're right in many respects. He hasn't played properly and well since Bruce left, and I think that little lovely farewell thing he said to Bruce, I think for me, he said it all. He's
not the main man now, is he? Before the tactic was get the ball to ASM, and he'll
let
do
him do
magic. Now he's just part of a team, and he don't like it. He's not the big fish in the small pool anymore.
Mm-hmm.
And what I thought my performance today was right at the very end. We were 4 down, granted. We broke, and Callum Wilson running bollocks off, got to the ball, squared it across to someone. ASM was stood on the end of the box, literally standing there. If he'd have ran 10 yards forward, he'd have had what was equivalent to a penalty kick. He was just standing there like this.
He's the first person in these games who waves the white flag and says, "I surrender." He just does nothing. I'm sorry, but we've got Liverpool and Man City the next 2 games. So what's he going to do in these 2 games? Is he going to all of a sudden become a world beater? He's going again.
Yeah, I think he will because these are games where there's lots of people watching, and he will try and put on a show in them games. And that's if he gets a chance to play. But yeah, I think you'll see him against the Liverpool's, Man Cities, or try. At least you'll see effort. Whether he gets anywhere, it's a different kettle of fish. But I think
you'll just do exactly what.
You'll
just do what you're going to do.
I know one thing you'll just see against Liverpool, Man City, and Man United, and that'll be that bloody VAR. That'll soon be plugged back in, ready for them.
Don't get me starting VAR, please. Don't get me starting.
That was disgrace today. That was an absolute disgrace. That was never a penalty in a million years.
It was never a penalty. But what Lascelles is doing again is brainless. It's ridiculous.
Yeah, but it's what it came from. It's what it came from. Why are we trying? We're not Man City. Why are we trying to play the ball out from the back, from the goalkeeper?
We've never been like that until we can't put it out from the back. Kind of play it out from the back.
But just because Man City does it doesn't mean that every team in the world has to do it. Why are we doing it?
True. Well, I mean, I don't mind playing out the back if we had the players to do it, but we haven't got the players to do that. We haven't got the skill to do that. So why are you doing that?
You don't even go to VAR and that penalty. That really annoyed the life out of me. That.
Yeah, the ref should have seen that. It was a blatant dive. He dived into the leg.
Mm-hmm. I mean, he made sure he made contact though, didn't he?
There was no contact. He dived into it.
Done his analysis on it, and he said, if I was a referee, I would have overturned that. It was clearly not it wasn't a clear and obvious error.
Well, why is it not getting checked by VAR? I thought the system was brought in to to help out with decisions like that. He didn't go to VAR. The decision stood.
The thing what I'll say is, though, we had plenty of time after that goal to get back in the game and to do something, and then the heads just were gone. It was ridiculous. I mean, I wouldn't have expected this under Howe. I thought the players would have actually kept their heads in and thought, you know what, keep shape, keep it 1-0, and then just build again. But it was almost Bruce-esque today. Unfortunately, it was a case of 1-0, head went.
Yeah, I'm definitely not a stat man, but I'd like to know how many times in the last 2 or 3 seasons have we got anything, won a game after we went 1-0 down?
I think we've only won one. I think it was, remember Burnley last season when we were 1-0 down at half time. I can only remember that.
Yeah,
so can only remember that.
So clearly, if anybody scores against us, that's us stuff. We're just going to give up and then just let them, just.
I mean, we won the game before that penalty. They were no better than us before that penalty.
No.
I thought they were crap actually.
I thought they were very good.
Apparently,
the only thing that was annoying me the most was ASM. I absolutely flipped my lid at him. This is the reason why it's pissing me off a lot. He keeps trying to take on everyone all on his own. It is a team game. You should be playing with your players, not take everyone on. You could easily put your head up and see him many passes you could easily have bloody made. Mm-hmm. He's trying to be like a Ronaldo. He wants to do everything himself. He's becoming so selfish that even I'd get to the point.
He's just I
would
want him gone. He's just becoming he's just turned into an Adama Traore 2.0, isn't he? That's all he is.
Mm-hmm. He's always been a selfish player. He's always been a selfish player, but before that, he was asked to be a selfish player. But that's what he's got in his locker. Mm-hmm. He's not a team player like Jason says he's.
Well, it's like you said at the start of the show there, Billy. He's no longer number one because under Bruce it was get the ball to him and do what you can, just go and express yourself. Now, Howe's rightly saying we're a team. We've got to play as a team, win as a team, but he's not doing it. So if you're not prepared to do what the bosses tell you, sorry, fella, out you go. Simple as.
The way I see it is, I think Eddie Howe said to him, listen, you're not going to get an easy ride like you had now. Bruce Olamon, you're not going to be able to bugger off to France when you want to. You're not going to be able to do this or do that. Mm-hmm. You've got to be here like everybody else. And he's probably sulking because he's not going to. So
he's not number one.
For me, if you can't follow what the manager says, then you can't be here. Whether you've got ability or not, you need players here who follow what the manager said.
Yeah.
To me, I said,
go on. Sorry.
As I say, it's unacceptable because it's costing us at the end of the day on the pitch. Mm-hmm. We're losing games. We're not. It's. You know what? If he's in a huff with everything, put their fight on the pitch and then say, listen, if an offer comes in, let us go. Just do something like that. If
Yeah, I agree, Sam. I think sure I was putting in apologies.
No, it's okay. It's all right.
My argument is that I slightly disagree, but I think he's got great ability. He's just not using the ability he's got. And we've all said on this show and other shows that, hi Dave. We've all said that he will skip past 2 or 3 players really well, get into a top position. Then he wants to skip past them 3 players again, and another 4 on top of that, and he just runs out of steam. He's got to learn to pass the ball.
Yeah, he's not doing it for the team's benefit. He's doing it for his own enjoyment.
And I think Billy's right as well. If the next 2 games. City and Liverpool, which is apparently
they're going to get a penalty on
Liverpool.
Yeah,
so they'll get a penalty.
Dive in the box and he's going to get given.
Yeah. We'll have nobody in their box or our box at all. Somebody walk in, fall over. Oh, it's penalty. But yeah, I think he'll turn it on and do something good because he wants to get into the France squad and he might want a big money away to, I don't know, Marseille or somebody. But I mean, I love him a bit. He's great to watch, but everybody what they've said is absolutely right. He's a luxury at the minute we can't afford. Absolutely can't afford.
There's also Messi out, FIA out.
That was shocking now. That was shocking in the Formula 1 as well. No,
yeah, it's terrible.
Formula 1, you say?
Cost Hamilton his championship last.
Yeah,
I haven't watched F1 in so long. Last time I watched F1 was like back when Mika Hakkinen used to drive.
I hardly missed around last year, but I haven't watched it this year. But I've just said on Twitter, it was Naga Munchetti, the BBC person. She said, well, and I put on. I said, as a national archery judge, we have a set of rules, and we damn well stick by it. We don't show letter favour. Whoever it is will follow the rules. And today, they haven't done that. They've ignored their own rules. And you think,
do you know what as well, right? What annoys me is the fact on the last lap, if, say, the championship was done dusted, they would say, we'll just do a lap in the safety car and that's it. They wouldn't have raced. So because they've got championship to play for and he's went on soft tyres, we'll let them race.
But there's two rules. You can't change your tyres when the safety car's out. Verstappen did that. And you can is it the lapped cars have got to get past. So everybody's on the last lap, the last two laps, and they didn't let that happen properly as well. So sorry, you've broken two rules. So you can make it up as you go along. So I mean, I still think, much as it goes against the grass, I still think Verstappen deserved to win. He's been brilliant this season. He's won more things than Hamilton has. Hamilton hasn't had a good season, but at the end of the day, he didn't win fair and square, and with my judge's head on, But hey, that's what it is. It's rules are there to be broken for the big.
I tell you what,
Verstappen, the past 4 or 5 Grand Prix hasn't played by the rules in any of them. He's every one of them.
The thing that I'm sorry we're going off topic here, Paul, but I mean, Jason, sorry, I'm sorry we're going off topic, but we might as well have it while somebody I think while somebody's sported up, I just think they said this week, all week, if you crash into each other, you could lose points. Well, Verstappen's crashed into how many times this season? He's got away with it.
4 times he's crashed and taken people out of a race and nothing's happened.
How many points should he have lost? So I'm not being like,
it's a fair point.
But
I agree. Mm-hmm.
You can't just make it up with 1 week of the season left because they're level on points. If that's the case for the first week of the season, it's got to be the case from the first race of the season. So you crashed into Hamilton in the second race of the season in Italy. So where was his deductions there?
It's blatant as well, because the rule is we let all the lapped cars unlap themselves. Mm-hmm. But on this occasion, they only let the ones that were in front of Verstappen unlap themselves. Which
he even tried to stop that gap. He even tried to force Hamilton off the day when he overtook them on was it the second lap? He went past them. He took them wide to go. He tried to take them off. It was blatant.
But even then, and again, we'll get out of this because Jason's going to get ratty with me in a minute.
I think he's fallen asleep by.
Lewis went really wide to get away from it.
He had to. He couldn't do anything else.
He gained 100 yards, and then they said, that's fine. But in previous things, when somebody's gone wide, they've said, you've got to let them pass because you've gained an unfair advantage by going off track and along the runoff area. So
I think they didn't do that because they knew that Verstappen forced them wide, and they thought, you know what, it's going. If we say, let Verstappen through, they'll go, he pushed us wide, and I couldn't go anywhere else. So they said, we'll just have to leave it.
Yeah, true enough. So, how many players do we need in January, Jason? Let's hear.
We're back in football now, are we?
yeah, we're back in football because
it's the Falcons we're talking about.
Rugby has zoned out there for the last 5 minutes about boring F1, but never mind.
I tell you what, I don't think Lascelles was the worst centre half we had today either. I think Shaw was absolutely appalling.
Aye. I was listening to Radio Newcastle at one point. Racebeck said, John's taking his headphones off. He's away for a walk to calm down. And I think the joke was because if he doesn't, he loses his job because he'll be effing and jeffing on the radio and get sanctioned for it. So, John Allison, that is. So,
they wouldn't let John Sinclair on the radio.
My guy.
Have you seen Paul's after-match? Very quiet.
2 minute video.
2 minute video. He was all right. I didn't think he ranted that much. He just
no, he was quite calm.
Yeah.
I think when he was ending, I just saw smoke coming out of his ears. When he was ending, the smoke was just coming out slowly, so he hung up, so he stopped it.
The kettle would just come to the boil.
Yeah, it was good. Off.
Did you see Eddie Howe's?
Tell Annie to do one, will you? Tell Annie to do one. He's laughing at us.
Yeah,
did you remember that Dave yesterday when I laughed at him yesterday and he was going,
absolutely.
He kind of take it.
Aye.
Well, I give it back to him.
Yes, you're right. I mean, I said you were a bit harsh, but then when you said if he gives it out, he's got it. I thought, fair point. You're absolutely spot on.
He can give it to us when we get people when we lose the game, when they lose and we have a goal. We can't take it.
We've got to be
not being horrible,
lad, So I like any love.
Shitty supports me. Bristol Shitty.
Bristol Shitty. Yeah. Did they get beat yesterday? I never looked at that.
Drew 2-2, 95th minute equaliser. Wasn't it?
Yeah, that's how desperate they are. They have to get a 95th minute equaliser to get a point out of the game. They so crap you can't win a game in 90 minutes.
That's the only problem. I don't know who Bristol City is. All I know, I have a different type of Bristol Cities.
I prefer Bristol Rovers myself. I prefer Bristol Rovers to be self-managed by Barton, but you know.
You see how
they can't win a game in 90 minutes. We can win one in about 90 days, can't we?
True enough.
900 days by the looks of it. Did you see Eddie Howe's Sinclair moment with his after-match talk by saying that even though it looked like a heavy defeat, it wasn't really that kind of.
I think he meant the performance. We weren't absolutely dominated for 90 minutes to warrant a 4-0 defeat. That's what I think he meant. But we weren't dominated by Norwich, by Leicester at all. We weren't but under the cosh for 90 minutes, were we? It was like an even game until that cheating Tom Daly took a dive.
Yeah.
Well, you take the penalty out. I mean, this is Richard Keys' words, by the way. Not a penalty, and why didn't VAR check the offside on the second? Because there was a
Newcastle
offside there.
Because it's us. I mean,
I looked at it. I thought he was just onside, Billy. I thought he was just onside, but
no, I've not seen.
They didn't even check it, did they? Didn't even check it. I mean,
you don't bother checking when it's against Newcastle. You don't bother checking stuff. I mean, that penalty should have been checked 1,000,000%. Should have gone to VAR and checked it. You would have looked, said that's not a penalty. Book him for simulation. Free kick to Newcastle. No, just stands with his original decision. That pissed me off the most. You don't look at these decisions. You always seem to stick with the original decisions all the time, and that's how it shouldn't be. VAR was brought in, but to kick out that sort of stuff in football, it just makes it worse.
There's been some shockers this weekend, man, haven't there? Absolute shockers this weekend.
Well, I can't get
all the big teams have got contentious penalties. I mean, that second one for Chelsea was an absolute joke.
Yeah.
I was chatting to somebody to Jade on Twitter earlier on today, and she said, and absolutely spot on, why on earth in the Euros, their VAR, it was decided, everyone was decided in about 5, 6, maybe 10 seconds, came back really quick, and I think 99% of them were absolutely spot on. I mean, the other week when, we had that penalty at home, it was 7 bloody minutes. I mean, what on earth? How many times did they watch it? And it was, I didn't see it.
You know what the difference is, don't you, Dave? I can tell you what the difference is now.
Yeah.
In the Euros, I was playing one match at a time. Whereas in the leagues and like the Norwich game of the week, there's 4 or 5 games going on. So they need 4 or 5 people to do this job. And I've got 4 or 5 people to do it.
Is there not 4 or 5 people at St George's doing it? Is it just one bloke doing every match?
The more you need, the less chance you've got of having them, isn't there?
Yeah.
One match at a time, one set of people watching the match.
Yeah.
But when the league program is on, there could be 10 games at once. So you're needing 30, 40 people. And I don't think we've got the resources.
Yeah. Well, I mean, we do that. I mean, last weekend I was away at the National Indoors, and we had 48 targets. We had what we call line judges. We had 5 line judges. We had 3 what we call chairman of judges or whatever, which are like in charge across the whole line, and then we had a director of shooting. So I mean, there was nearly 10 officials for 40 targets. So you only look after 4 targets. So I must admit, I thought there was because when they say, "Oh, so and so's the referee," and so and so's in charge of all, I thought there was one person per match, but I didn't realise that one person was looking after 4 or 5 or more games. Well, that's ridiculous. Well, that's why in that case, if he's trying to watch 5 or 6 or more games, it's not one
person. It's not one person watching 4 or 5, but the more matches you've got, the more people you need, don't you? And obviously, we haven't got enough people with the qualification to do it properly.
Well, yeah. Well,
in the Euros, you've got every official in Europe, and one match at a time. You can have someone to be or 2 or 3 people to do it.
Yeah,
and it's easy to do when it's one match going on.
You see, I didn't know that. Thanks for the clarification, but it's high time that the Premier League and Masters got their bloody act together, because that's just ridiculous. Yeah, sorry, I just realised what I said. I'll get me caught.
Even in John's favourite league,
at least nobody's fought quite quickly. At least nobody's fought yet, so that's all right.
That's true.
Not loudly.
Well,
what?
Did he apologise, Jason?
Yeah, he did. Yeah,
No.
he sent me a DM. Yeah,
he said same.
What for doing it or following through afterwards?
Oh, Sam, man. Come on.
It's just he walked off to have a shit after.
Oh, God.
I saw the brown stain on his pants, man, when he went to sit back, dude.
Oh, Jesus. He's certainly nodding. Bless him.
Isn't he not?
Is he in the chat?
I don't know.
I've not seen
the chat.
The chat.
The sales knows his days of numbers. That's why he deliberately does what he does.
Hi, Ryan.
Even though I slated him,
I think that's unfair.
I did slate him, but then after I saw the replay and after I saw Dermot Gallagher's analysis of it, I was like, okay, I'll take that back. He clearly didn't do nothing now.
Yeah, I think that's a bit unfair.
Yeah. I've only seen it on Twitter. Have you seen this little tete-a-tete with Graham Sourness saying, you know, we're a small club that but we're not big and everything else, you know. What a sad, failed old man he is. Bitter and twisted. I can't be doing with a bloke. I couldn't when he got here.
First time ever that I've actually stood up and clapped Alan Pardew because he stuck up for us.
He did. Absolutely right, Billy. I mean, as I say, I've only seen it on Twitter, but yeah, he stood up for us and sort of said, you know, what did you say? You know what you're talking about? Another well, everybody knows that, you know. And I mean, as well.
He's so the thing is, he's only doing this because we were the last who sacked him. Where the last job he had, we sacked him, and he was like Michael Owen. He never got the region, he never got the fans on nothing.
No, not at all. Absolutely right.
Yeah.
I just find all these old pundits. I mean, I'm saying pundit. He's not even a good pundit. You know, you think with all his experience, he would be a good pundit, but he's not. I mean, he talks rubbish most of the time.
Did you watch the big match we visited yesterday?
No.
He was on it in his prime.
That was in 1980, wasn't it, or something? It was a 1981 match or something.
Him and McMahon going at it together. McMahon was at Everton at the time. Jesus Christ!
Before he went to Liverpool.
Oh, dear me. One of the dirtiest players. A great player, mind, but he was a dirty bastard. He really was.
He looks like something off the bill, didn't he? From the bill in the early days, where he's sitting tash and his bloody shitty mop of the haircut.
I think the comment "out above grass" was coined with him, wasn't it? He would, you know, anything above grass was fair play.
He was just like a modern, an older version of Paul Scholes. He couldn't tackle for shit, and he was just a bloody
bully.
Dick.
Absolutely, yeah. Couldn't agree more. Dublin Magpie on the link.
Jesus,
yeah, I'll send you a link in a bit. We've got PD coming on in a bit.
Oh, but Anne Hegarty is the chase not on? Is she not on the chase tonight, like? I'm sure it's on that TV, isn't it? She mustn't be on the chase. Oh, he mustn't be on the chase that night.
That means it's going to be a 3-1 because if he's in the car, he's going to have Paul and Adam with him as well.
Yeah.
The thing. Oh God, I didn't want to think. Oh, Paul might be there now, so it might be like his rant.
Paul's driving.
You're gonna have Pete talking the next minute. Paul's gonna be £6.10 again.
Yeah. Well, he doesn't need to go anywhere near the toll roads today. Hi, Ryan.
Apparently, though, he had a burger a day and it actually came to £6.10.
Is that
right? No, did it change?
All right. Well, hey, I wouldn't be surprised at some of the bloody prices they charge. £5.
Just imagine though if everything you get Just imagine though Oh, funnily enough, I've got the Cambridge game off on the Saturday, so I might pop to that one. The Cambridge game for the FA Cup game on the 8th.
Oh, the cup.
I think I might get a ticket.
Coming out for that, I'll have to.
I don't know. That's what I'm looking for. I would like to think it's usually like 2 weeks or something in it beforehand.
Oh, yeah.
They try and get a ticket for it. Meet all you lot.
Oh, yeah, we'll meet up and have the odd
have a lemonade.
Have a lemonade.
Have a lemonade because I'm such a party animal.
As long as there's diet, mind, you've got to have, go on get full fat lemonade. So.
I am passionate, I tell you, and you've got worse caps lock than me, Joe Litton, lad.
There he is.
Is this Are we on? I mean, PD.
You in Dracula's fucking house?
He looks like Castello Freddy, doesn't he?
Just his head floating.
It's still in Paul's car. Has he got makeup on? Paul, you got makeup on, you look like a ghost.
Because he's in a black car with a black top on.
I see a little silhouette of Scaramouche, can you do the fandango?
Where's his tash?
Yeah, I mean, but in terms of the game itself, what an absolute pile of fucking tosh that was.
Fucking shit!
Is that Gordon Ramsay?
No, Paul, don't sit on the fence. Say what you feel.
Has he just been charged £6.10 again?
What was that? Ramsay,
has he just been charged £6.10 again?
Oh, God.
Fuck off! Just wait to see the F1 when you get in. Fucking hell. 100% match is a whacker!
Oh!
Hold your door and watch the F1, honestly. You'll be worse than what you are new.
Oh, man.
Oh, but honestly, it was just an absolute farce of the day. I mean, that was a chance to go down there and get something out of the day, and we were just terrible there from start to finish. I mean, I can't believe this has been one of the most terrible defence Leicester City have had. As soon as Johnny Evans gets taken off, they put Ndidi at centre-back, and we don't even bloody test them. They're defended.
Do you know what actually that game reminded us of? Do you remember when we played Arsenal last season and Jack got booked and everyone thought, oh, get on because he was playing at left-back? Didn't do it. Castagna booked after 5 minutes.
We're fucking shit! We're fucking shit!
Yep.
We're fucking shit! We're fucking shit! We're fucking shit!
Do you know what? I've got a better chance. What about £6.10?
Oh, God.
Jimmy, shut your fucking fat mouth, you twat!
Jason, I get the opinion that Paul's a little bit angry there. I don't know.
Oh, yeah.
He's quite calm.
The Cells didn't get me started on that useless twat as well.
Hey, Paul!
Seems quite calm to me.
The Cells was splashing his bollocks all the way from the match.
Peter, does Archer still think we will get to the Champions League?
Yeah, I mean, I know that wasn't a penalty, I must say, but why is it Lascelles going to the referee saying I never touched him?
None of them went to the front.
Never said just... And that would have been VR check, but it still wouldn't have mattered.
He's fucking shit.
Exactly. And second half, my word, that was just a capitulation in the second half. We didn't even bother trying out there in the second half. The only bright spot of the day, I thought, again, was Joe Linton. The rest of them.
100% match is a wanker.
Maxi the day, what an absolute ball hogger he was again the day.
Yeah. I had an ultimate rant about him. He is really pissing me off where he's being so selfish on the ball.
I don't know why. He had plenty of opportunities to pass to Lewis and he bloody ignores him.
Constantly being so selfish.
If I was Lewis, I'd be thinking, why am I even bothering? Because the person in front of us
he had plenty of opportunities to give.
Oops, I don't like the picture that he's freezed on, by the way. He looks like he's shot himself.
He looks like the bloke in the office.
Miggy, no better as well. All of them terrible, just apart from Joe Lynn the day. But
what was Shelby like?
Baldy.
What, sorry?
What was Shelby like? The radio seemed to think he had a decent game.
I didn't think that was one of his better games of the day, Shelby, I must admit.
Right.
I thought some of his passing was a bit wasteful.
Mm-hmm.
He put Lascelles into danger, didn't he, for the penalty as well, by his stupid pass?
Yeah.
Oh, Paddy's thrown for 3 goals today, excluding not the penalty, but the rest of the 3 goals. I'm here.
Billy was saying he thought the second goal was potentially offside, and that wasn't checked by VAR.
It didn't look offside. It was just a complete pass that just caught our defence.
Because we're fucking shit!
He does,
We're fucking shit!
Is Archer not doing a striptease for you tonight like he did the other night with his dreaming Champions League?
Hey, there he is.
Champions League! Champions League, Archer!
Champions League, aye? More like we're going to the championship.
I dread to think what's going to happen at Anfield Thursday night.
Do you know what it is? What daft enough to do at Anfield and get a point. That's just how balmy we are.
No, I don't see that happening.
There'll be a bloodbath on Thursday, literally.
See, I think it's we all said we're going to get something out today, win, draw, whatever, and we got hammered. So if we say we're going to get hammered on Thursday, or Liverpool's going to be 7 or 8 and out, it might just go the other way. Maybe Kidulji, we're making him getting a point or something, or maybe he's 3. You know.
Dave.
I'm being stupid, Paul. But you know,
yes,
you've got to live in hope,
stupid.
mate. You've got to live in hope.
It's going to be at least 14-0.
Oh,
I think the rest players, I really do, and I think they'll still beat us 4 or 5.
Yeah. Is that just the first half,
or 5 minutes? One surprise.
You just now Divock Origi's going to start and score, don't you? You just now that's going to happen.
Absolutely. No, it'll be 5 or 6.
You know when Ellie turned up for a coffee? Does Billy know when Ellie turned up for a coffee?
When Ellie turned up for a coffee, he owes Billy.
You should have. I made 38 bacon batches after eating the fucking lot myself.
You was waiting for you with bagels, man, and everything.
I had 38 bacon rolls to eat the fucking lot myself. Bastard.
You owe £6.10.
Long as you enjoy them, Billy.
Oh, God. £6.10.
Oh, fuck off, man!
Whereabouts are you, lads? Are you on the M1, are you?
You what, sorry?
Where are you?
M6 tall.
Well, I think we're still round about.
Now you're Durham.
Not far from Durham, actually.
Oh, you've made good time, mind. All right, well done.
Yeah.
You're nearly home. Good. Oh, it's gone again.
It's me driving.
Oh, it's gone off.
Paul won't have dropped below 95 on the way up, though, will he?
That's definitely him out of the office, isn't it? Definitely.
Yeah, it is. Well, Keith or something he was called on this.
Keith.
Someone screenshot that photo. Screenshot. You need to screenshot it.
That'll be on the Horseman tomorrow night.
Do you? Yeah. Do you know?
I can't wait to watch it. I can't wait to watch it because I'm off tomorrow. I cannot wait.
Yeah,
I hope John gets hammered.
I'll miss the first bit of it because we've got all the grandkids, but I'll get the rest of it.
Oh, he's gone.
Gone.
Like Arnie though, he'll be back probably.
Oh yeah.
Jay, screenshot that and send it me in Twitter, will you? That picture.
Yeah, I did. I screenshotted it.
Brilliant.
Good man.
The 2 meters are at 9 o'clock for anyone interested. Arnie related, if anyone wants to watch it.
What is it on tonight? Is it?
The 2 meter. I love it, mate. That's the
the first one.
Yeah, the first one, 84.
Yeah.
First one from 84.
I haven't seen that my bloody years.
What? Oh, I watch it every day, mate. I've got on DVD the Whack Man.
Never.
Well, seeing it's Christmas, it's only best to watch the proper Christmas movie, and that's Die Hard.
Yes. It keeps coming up on Twitter. Is Die Hard a Christmas movie? And I keep saying, of course it is.
Die Hard with a Vengeance, isn't it?
Yeah, it's a Christmas movie. It's had a Christmas.
I think Bristol City's a type of gravy.
Did you, Sam, did you see any laughing 4-0 with laughing emojis? Aye, right.
Yeah.
Gloves are off now, fella. Gloves are off.
Focus on his shit team. We'll focus on ours.
No, exactly.
Well, I suppose he's only 6 points off the bottom three of the championship, so you can laugh at it once, but
well, he could. Their team could well be playing a northeast side next year, but it won't be us at Middlesbrough.
You think Hartlepool will get promoted then, Dave?
Oh, I think so.
I think Gateshead might.
Gateshead as well. When on a brighter note, Jason, I see the Newcastle ladies won again, 3-0 in the cup, so they're through to the next round.
I think we should get some of them in our men's team.
Well, I tell you what it is.
I was going to say, I wonder if they're available for Thursday.
Yeah, there's at least one of the Newcastle teams know how to win where the back of the bloody net is.
Even in their 23s are starting to win now with a new coach. They're starting to win games.
Yeah, under 19s as well, wasn't it? Under 19s, they won as well.
Both won. It looks like, I must admit, I wasn't sure because I didn't know the guy. That is it Dickman that they got from
Elliot Dickman.
Elliot Dickman. I hadn't heard him. I had to look him up. But I tell you what it is, he's changed around what they're playing really well now under him. So, did Sunderland's under 23s have play that well? I don't really. I'm not interested.
Probably not.
They've got an under 23 team.
Have they got?
I said starting 11 new, isn't it?
It will be.
The first team seemed to play. The first team seemed to play all these pointless Peter Trophy games, don't they, against Newcastle under 21, where he won 4-0. He thought he'd won a Champions League.
But they got knocked out this season. They can't win the Papa John's Trophy. They got knocked out off. Was it Gillingham or something?
Somebody, I were bothered.
No, I find it hilarious.
Hi, Matthew.
All right, Matt.
Not give.
Oh, God, Joe Linton, man.
Who's behind the Joe Linton account? How do you want to know?
He doesn't. He's better. Well,
that's just wrong.
It's wrong to think of him like that. Yeah, yeah.
Hey, Thomas.
Bonjour, though.
But I was saying before, I've watched 2 or 3 of the Twitter chats with Liam, what's his name, and Lee Ryder and that, and they all said the same thing. They didn't think it was a 4-0 game. I thought we played better than that, and the scoreline doesn't reflect how well we play. And I'm thinking, well, that's not the game I was listening to. By the sounds of it, it's not the game you guys were watching. So
I don't think it matters to me because that's what the scoreline was at the end of the day.
Well, that's it. Yeah.
That's the problem. The problem is the damage was done, and we can say, was this? It was that. Wasn't this? It wasn't that. Last week we probably should have won by more than 1 goal, but we didn't.
And the thing is as well, somebody said before, I think we're only 3 points from 17th, but we're now 7 goals. And that's what's starting to hurt now. That's like,
it's like 4 points really with a goal difference.
It is. Well, they've got to lose 2 or 3 for us to catch them because there is a 7-point gap between us and 17th.
The only positive for me is we've got Watford still to play at home, so if we can keep that gap pretty short.
Mm-hmm. That's the frustrating part about it. When you look at all the scores yesterday, they all went for it. Every last one of them went for us. Some of them were, the last minute penalties and all that. You think, well, we'll go to the greedy 6 again, getting what they want. But all we had to do was get a point there today, and and it's starting to look good. But Jesus.
Here we go with the Irish ranter himself. That dirty bitch.
Yes. Hagrid from Harry Potter. Everybody is amongst us.
Well, it's a big show.
How are you doing, fella? You all right?
I'm a bit sick, but I'm all right. I'm all right.
What thick? Did you say thick or sick?
Sick. I got a chest on me from. I still got that chest on me from over in Newcastle. But,
you always take something back from you after you've been here, like. So.
I fucking do, man.
We'll like to share with you, Dave. Give you things.
Sharing's caring.
Absolutely. You catch it from Paul, did you? Everyone's been catching it from Paul.
Yeah, this is like was like the 6th time I got it off him or something. I don't know.
He probably got off that tongue kiss with John Sinclair when he was out. Well.
Who was it? Someone was trying to say that I was on a double date with John, and like, fuck off.
What do you think of that strike show?
Oh, aggravating as fuck. Yeah, Joe Linton was the only one who seemed to actually. But Joe Linton, maybe Shelby. I know he's still fucked up by putting Lascelles into danger, but yeah, there was no fucking heart. Like, and Dubravka was going mad at the fucking defense. Like, how you can be the top keeper in the world. Like, if your defenders in front of you aren't performing, you're going to be in deep trouble. Like, like I don't remember if you remember. I think it was Shea Gibbons, one of Shea Gibbons' last games. Again, he was playing against Liverpool.
Yeah.
And it was like 5 or 6-0, yeah. And it was fucking. He got man of the match. He got man of the match, and he let in 6 goals. That's how much he was saving. Like, he was probably one of the best keepers we've ever had. And
I agree.
Like, you could be as good. You could be like, you know, you're like, if you go out and buy your man from Barcelona or whatever, whoever they're looking at. If you don't have the defenders in front of them, it's not worth it. It's not worth the wank. Like,
well, that's what was said when Schmeichel at Man United. You know, he good keeper, but I don't think he was as good as keeper because he had an absolutely stunning defense in front of him. Which
he didn't like chips. Sorry, you didn't like chips.
No, that's true. Well, yeah,
not as his son.
That's where he was. That's where he let himself down with things like that. But because his the back four were bloody world beater, so they were always going to save him. He wasn't getting the shots because they were cutting them out. So you're absolutely right. But our defense, I say defense, have we got one? I'm not sure we have.
I thought Manquillo was doing all right for a bit, and then like when he got in front, like the way your man went over him, yeah, and he was trying to claim that he fouled him and all that. He goes, no, he actually just got into a defensive position and done it. But I thought he was doing all right, and then he just disappeared after that.
What do you think about
ASM off? He was doing my fucking nut in not passing. Like, there was, I don't know what minute it was. It was the first half anyway. He had it up in the corner, and it was Lewis. I think was literally standing still beside him for about 15 seconds. Not clear. Well, ASM had 2 or 3 people around him, and he could have literally like passed the back real quickly to Lewis. Lewis could have swung it across in, like first touch, like, and he didn't even try. He just ignored Lewis, like. I think it was Lewis anyway. It might have been Willock, but I'm not sure.
Probably be Lewis.
Yeah, he was literally standing there, like he wasn't even walking. Like, he was just standing there, like, passed the ball to me, like, and he was just trying to get around two players, and he didn't even get near that.
Unless improvement needed in the coming weeks and months, we can definitely still stay up, but it's going to be close. I don't really think we can.
The only thing going for is all the teams around us lost as well, so nothing's really changed down there. And
yeah,
take these teams out the bottom end of the table. They won't go on a run and win 3 or 4 in a row. That's why you're down there. They'll always stay round about where we are now. They'll always be a few points ahead of us. So I know it's all like doom and gloom, but I know you find it hard to keep positive, but you have to work out. We'll have better January than most other clubs in the league down the bottom end of the league. As you said, most of them won't have any money to spend, unlike Newcastle, you say.
Yeah, like we could sort it if they just go all out and try get the best of the best that they can. But and like, until we're madly down, we're not down. I know everyone keeps saying, "Oh, we're down," and it was really fucking doing me head in John's chat earlier on. Just the negativity, like 2 minutes into it, and you're like, oh, lads, we're fucking down, we're 2 down. We go, just because we're playing 10 minutes of bad football doesn't mean we're down. You have some fucking like backbone, like it's fucking the negativity is driving me fucking mad. Like that ginger lad does me head in.
I totally agree, and I said on the order the other night that the positivity is good at the club at the moment. You know, that even the fan base is positive, but the trouble is that 14 years of bloody hurt we've had. As soon as we're not playing well or not looking good, all that negativity just comes flooding back. You know, and I've often said that as a Newcastle fan, we're always optimistic, we're forever pessimistic, and it doesn't take much to. You know, you get a bad defeat like this, and people are saying we'll never win another game this season. We're going to go down with however many points we've got now. But that's just the way we've been for 14 years until they get it sorted out. But yeah, we'll get 1 or 2 or 12 players in January. We'll be fine.
Tell you what, I think after these next 3 games, we'll know where we are next season. I know I've said that before, but if we have obviously come out of these 3 games, obviously with defeats, but if they haven't been hammered, and if the teams around we've lost games as well, if we're still only 3 points or 4 points or something from safety, we still got a massive chance of staying up. We've got away with it there, really. We think about it because of the games we've got. If we come away with defeats, which I think everyone's expecting, but if the other teams have lost around as well, and if it's still a 3 points come the say Everton game or the Southampton game on the second, we still got a massive chance of getting out of this.
Yeah, I mean,
but that's
right,
if.
Sam.
If.
If. But I mean, if you look at the
side of it, it's the logistics side of it. We've got to sign 4 or 5 players. We've got to hope all those 5 players bed in without any kind of, gelling in period, because time is important. So those 5 have got to come in and hit the ground running straight away. Does that happen all the time? No, it doesn't. So
not in January, doesn't, Billy, because they haven't had a chance to train and work with a team. So you're absolutely right. Yeah, but I think the other saving grace, if there is such a thing, the first 6 games of the season, everybody expected we'd win some of them, and we didn't when SB was still in charge. We've got to play them again soon. So if we can get points off them, get a couple of players in who can, however many we get, we might. And as Matthew says, we've still got 22 games to play. So, as we're all saying, if we're not completely cut adrift, we may just do it. I mean, the thing with me is, though, as I said earlier on, we're only 6 points away from 14th or something. But it's the goal.
Very tight at the bottom, I would say. Very tight. 2 wins get you out of it, basically.
Before today, we were on 9 points off 11th place, where Leicester were. Before today, but
you think Rafa will be gone in the morning?
Yeah, I think it's a matter of time now. I think it's a matter of time. I think the vote confidence they gave him last week was just.
Yeah, they're not playing for him. They're not playing for him. Just a shame.
I still reckon Rafa would still get a win over us.
Well, we're playing. When do we play him?
30th, isn't it?
30th. No, yeah.
Good as him. Yeah.
Rafa won't be there for that game. I don't think the way that's going.
I think we gone by then, yeah. Mm-hmm.
It'd be Ferguson probably.
Yeah, could be.
I think with them they'll just get a manager for the rest of the season. They won't do
No,
I think they'll keep Ferguson for the rest of the season, and then they'll wait till the summer to see what happens.
But they've spent, is that right? They spent £500 million the last 4 seasons. Oh, Jesus, who won? Who they bought?
No.
I mean,
good question. Wait, was it Richarlison 50 million or something to spend?
I don't know. Yeah, ridiculous amount of money.
Well, I remember the commentator coming out and saying, when we were 2-0 down, he just come out and said, "Well, 1 more goal for them tonight. We'll put the game to bed." And I just came out with 1 more goal for them, and then I'll go to bed. about a minute later, they scored, so I retweeted it out going, "Oh, Nightle."
Yeah,
just you'll have to do what John says. If you live in America, stay in bed. If you live in this country, stay in bed.
No, I don't know. Terrible.
But it's the lads in the chats and all going, "This is Howe's fault. This is Howe's fault." Like,
I've seen
people saying that
Eddie Howe out. Yeah.
Yeah, I've said probably the same as you. Yes, that's just moronic to one how out after what 5 games or something.
Yeah,
absolutely moronic.
Oh no!
Some people seem to forget it's 14 years of Mike Ashley, 2.5 of Stales. So where do you think all this bad players come from? It's come from Bruce and Ashley.
And you're absolutely right, Stephen. You're spot on. Absolutely spot on, because Howe's come in, and that's all. Well, him and his coaching team and the owners. It's all a change. We've got the same players that Bruce had last season, with Willick, and they weren't good enough then. They managed to get out of trouble last season more because the others around them were drawn against each other. We won a couple, but yeah, if you've got the same rubbish playing for you, the same results going to happen. It's going to be rubbish.
I remember seeing
one post about being face facts for that sort of thing. It's still a Stay Bruce team, isn't it? It's not.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
It's not a Howe team. It's still a Stay Bruce team, and some of them are still stuck in a Stay Bruce way of playing, like ASM, for instance.
Yeah. Well, I think as well. I think Howe needs to define what way he wants to play with. Does he want to press? Does he want to, like, if he plays a press and we, I've heard on the other channels that we haven't got the players to do that. ASM doesn't press. He holds back, and I think if we're going to do that, he needs to be dropping them. And I think, well, like I've said, I would take ASM out. And why not give Fraser some games? I know he's not the best player in the world and all that, but if he knows what they're doing, to how he can. I'd imagine he's pressed when he was at Bournemouth. Why not? Look what he did with Wilson. How many assists he had for him when he was there. Give him a chance. Yeah. I know you've probably thrown him in these games and you look terrible, but you can't do any worse than ASM, who's done nothing for 7 or 8. Well, he scored against Brentford, but apart from that, he's done nothing in 7 or 8 games now.
No. And to be fair, that was a good goal. It was a difficult thing.
Fraser assisted him as well.
Yeah, did it really well, but.
Even if not Fraser, then use Murphy, because he knows how to whip a ball in.
Yeah, I like Murphy. I think he's a good player. I think he could be one of our stars, But it's like, let's say Billy and I said earlier on, Howe likes to play out from the back, but we haven't got the players to do that. So if he wants to do that, that's fine. That's his way of playing. Fair play to the lad. We've got to get players in who can do that, and those at the back and the midfield can't do that yet. They just get the ball taken off them and don't know what to do with it. And we've seen it in the past, good teams, somebody can be running to the right and flick the ball to the left because he knows the players, belting down that way. He doesn't need to look. He knows where he'll be. We can't seem to do that. We've got to stop, look around, and just think, what the hell's going on? Where are they? What they're doing? And then it doesn't work, so.
Right, I'll see you later.
Okay, mate.
Yeah.
What you doing, Stephen?
Better luck.
Yeah.
Do you know what I'm surprised Mr. Aston Fair didn't want to come on, or is he watching Strictly or something? Or
it's finished, thank God.
What, the series are just for tonight?
Just tonight. So it's only a very short show on a Sunday night. It's only out for 45 minutes.
I wish it was never on at all. Oh, is that who sent us the message on Instagram? Yeah, I know who he is now. I've seen the name.
Do tell.
Is it Zach?
It's not. It's definitely not Joe Linton. I'll tell you that.
Is it Zach?
Is it Paul?
2 seconds. He's called Big Brad Wolf on Instagram.
Big Brad Wolf.
I don't do all them. I've got an Instagram account, but I never go on it. So
I'm the same.
Yes, Annie will be playing news and we'll be getting a nice, easy 6 points off yours.
Mm-hmm.
So
I'm gonna knock you out of the cup. I'm gonna knock you out of the cup.
He got knocked out by Forest Green, wasn't it?
Yeah. Mate, Forest Green are playing well at the minute, mate.
What's he doing?
Who?
You? What are you doing?
I'm having a smoke, sorry.
I thought you were doing something rather inappropriate.
Probably looking out the window. Oh, hey, go on, you dirty bitch.
There's a few down there, all right.
Go me no more.
the Cells. Do we need a new captain?
Yes.
Yes. like even if it upsets the wagon, like the wagon's already fucked. Like it has no wheels. Like
he's not a captain. He's not a leader. And at the minute, he's not a footballer because he can't play football for sure.
Yeah, absolutely right.
I still don't know why Fernandez isn't playing after he praised him against Norwich.
It's odd. That is very odd.
They said the other day, and again, you don't know what's going on. Nobody knows. But there appears to be personal problems going on. Nobody knows what those personal problems are. That's what they're, because didn't somebody at the club saying we're standing by and supporting him, which is it gives you're putting two together, going up with 5, of course, but it gives you the impression that something's not right, whether it's mental health or whatever. I don't know, but that's was he on the bench today? Was he?
I don't know.
He was one. I thought he was on the bench.
I don't know. No,
but like if it's mental health, like would playing not fucking help it? Like
you don't know, Dave, do you? You really don't know.
I know they were warming up Dwight Gale, ready to bring him on. Next minute, they bring on fucking Richie.
I don't know why he brought Richie on for.
They probably brought Richie on because he thought Richie would put up a fucking fight, like, because Richie normally has that in him, but
yeah,
he wasn't long enough.
I thought after today was our easier game over Christmas, and we blew that today. Blew it.
Well, that's right. I mean, they had a tough away fixture.
72 hours ago, they all played football. 72 hours ago,
we've had a full week of training. We're just
8 days. 8 days.
We weren't at the races in any shape or form today, which is worrying. I mean, Matthew's seen it 6 or 9 points. Just takes a few good performances, and he's right. But can we put a few good performances together? I'm not sure we can at the minute, but.
Maybe not till January. Maybe.
Yeah, well, I mean, but
it's the second half of the season, like.
Yeah, it's like Billy said before, though. January, it's notorious for having to pay over the odds for players and not getting the players to hit the ground running. It takes them, it might take them 3 or 4 games. We haven't got 3 or 4 games in January. They've got to come in and hit the ground and be spot on straight away.
I just get the feeling that come January we're going to be rebuilding for the championship.
Yeah. I mean, I hope not. Forever the pessimist, but being an optimist, we do have this chance, but it's a very, very slim chance we're going to do it. So
I don't think he'll build the championship until we're down. We've managed to get up twice with building in the summer, so I don't think they'll start to get down that road until the summer. So. I mean, I think
if we sign bigger players in January, the one closes in the contract to see if they go down, they may think about leaving.
Or going around get the season or whatever.
Yeah, I mean that's what we said, isn't it? You put a thing in so you can go on a loan back to a Premiership side until we get back up, and then you come back. But
we definitely know Joe Willock's got a relegation release clause in his contract.
Has he? Oh, I didn't know that. All right. Well, there you go. Yeah.
I didn't know that either.
We ain't even paid the full 25 mil for him yet. So.
Wow. But as somebody said on Twitter earlier on, I was, looking through it and getting more and more depressed. Somebody said half the players that are there today know that they're not going to be here this time next year. They're going to get binned in the summer or binned at January. Thinking, well, why the hell should I bloody bother?
But if that was made, would you not be fucking playing better than to try and put yourself out in the shop window?
Well, yeah, you're absolutely right, Dave. They should do that. They should, say, well, I'm going to prove how good I am, and if I'm going to go to a decent team. But some of them just don't appear to be doing that. They're just not. Are they not trying? I don't know. It's just bad, isn't it?
Yeah, it's a pain in the fucking hole.
It is like.
Oh.
Oh, look at him, he's all comfy, cozy now with his blanket on him, and bless him.
It's the life of a king, what?
What? I know.
You should know, yeah.
Well, yeah. You see, I normally have somebody to come put the blanket on me, but it's a night off, you see.
I'm working on that.
Well, actually, bless her. She's gone to, she's away to bed to read her Sunday paper, so you know.
So if we get relegated, is that Bruce's fault? For me, yes.
Yeah.
Because he hasn't brought no one in during the summer. We've had the exact same.
And I would add to that, it's Ashley's fault as well, because he never invested in every year was here. And I can't remember the figures, Billy, you quoted them the other week, how much we actually spent net in 14 years. It was nout. It was, what was it, 10 million quid or
10 million quid or something, yeah.
In 14 years. I mean, how we, you know, I mean, you look at what Everton have spent, and they're rubbish, but we haven't spent a bloody, 1% of what they've spent.
Yeah.
Was it saying the same in the last 3 transfer windows or something?
But I mean, it's 14 years of neglect. I mean, and as I said to my mate today, my mate Ronnie, I was saying, where would we be if Bruce was still here and the takeover hadn't happened? We'd be gone.
God,
we'd be bottoming, 9 or 12.
We'd always be relegated.
Oh yeah.
If ASM isn't going to press, then drop the lazy bastard. Yep.
I said it ages ago when I first started coming onto the podcast that we have to just wipe the slate clean and then just say the damage is already done if we go down. Can't put the pressure on fucking how. We can't, I said earlier on as well, what was it? That we changed the manager, we've changed the owner, so now all the eyes are on the players. They haven't got anyone to hide behind anymore.
No, it's true.
They're the ones who need to perform, and they're not. So things need to either ship up or ship out.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah. Agree.
Start Fraser and Murphy on the wings, Almiron headless chicken, and ASM too lazy and greedy.
Can't argue with that.
I mean, he's not the bloke you need in a fight that we're in, ASM at all, is he?
No.
He's a top 6 player. Coming on as a sub, in impact sub.
Yeah.
He's not a bloke you want on your pitch 9 minutes a week.
As David said, he's a luxury player. He's like, if you're in the trenches, like, you don't want him because he's the first one that will leg it in the trenches.
Yeah.
That's right. Yeah.
We have the players to press, in my opinion. They just need to stick to the script.
Yeah, that's
They're not good enough. It's Eddie Howe can do what he wants, but if the players aren't good enough,
they need to press.
Jason, I'll be back in a second. I'm just going to get a drink, buddy. I'll not be long.
No worries.
You got to have some pace in your legs to be able to press properly. And Shelby haven't got it, and nor's Joe Linton really, and Willock's probably carrying an injury. Their players were much quicker than ours. Tielemans, Madison, they were 10 seconds ahead of the game all the time, and our players aren't like that. They can't read the game. Yeah. So it's the quality of play we need to improve. They're just not good enough. It's simple as that.
We needed Super Hendrick.
But do you remember how we used to press when we had Rafa? It was all even up to the keeper. If the keeper had the ball, you'd run towards the keeper to put him under pressure. It's simple things like that. If we're already chasing the game, we're gonna just fucking keep chasing it, and then you'll get even fitter for the next game.
We've still got the same players now, Dave, with 3 more years of legs in them.
Yeah, but
3 more years in the legs, and they're
either now in the late 20s or early. They have legs. And if you think of it, we sold our best probably defender when Lejeune got sold last season when Bruce was stupid. Well, in fact, sold in the summer.
4 million. 4 million for fucking Lascelles. Not Lascelles, Lejeune.
Fucking ridiculous.
I'll be happy with 4 million for Lascelles.
We wouldn't even get that, would we?
But Lascelles even Lascelles, he looks more muscle bound now, and he hasn't got the pace that he had.
He just looks lazy.
He looks like he's been in the fucking gym pumping weights, and there's no pace in him.
Is this the same with ASM? ASM looks like he's put muscle on, and he just doesn't look like it's like affecting him doing anything because he looks too big to be running. And
Lascelles is trying to build himself up like Akinfenwa.
That would be some build up. Oh, Jesus Christ, you like a bloody bus.
Imagine that in defence, an Akinfenwa type.
You put him in nets.
They should have signed fucking me and Paul for fucking centre back, what?
Oh, Jesus.
Comparisons of Redford defence, same defence roughly. It's obvious management are a huge effect on that. Defence is terrible under Bruce and Howe. No improvement there. Howe give.
He's got the same players. He's got the same players. The players aren't good enough. It's just.
Yeah. It's the old saying you can't make a salt purse out of a sow's ear.
And I think slight improvements. I mean, playing Lewis at left back instead of a left winger there has been a slight improvement.
Yeah. Playing actual right back as well instead of Murphy and. But for me, we just needed a younger back four. That's the difference.
Yeah,
and a quicker one.
Yeah, and the ones that can actually defend as well.
Yeah, I mean, Jason, I can dive in there. Ryan's comment about, you shouldn't. You don't like the narrative saying Blue Sister Brain. It's a fair point, Ryan, but I would say that the players were clearly massively unfit. They weren't trained properly, and Howe's, he hasn't taken a team that were playing well. He had a team that were absolutely woeful, and he's having to, how long has he been there? 6 weeks.
But he's only really been there for 2 or 3.
Well, yeah, because he was out of COVID. But I mean, so Ryan's right. But having said that, it's the damage was done when Eddie Howe came. And if he was able to, what will determine how good or bad Howe is what happens at the end of January into February. Who he can get and how they fit in with a team that will start to play well. Then you got to say, yeah, we've moved on. But that's when it's going to tell how good Howe is. Time will tell, I guess.
And if Bruce was in charge for the last game, he wouldn't have won it.
Mm-hmm. Oh, yeah.
We only won the game because fucking Howe was actually starting to make a change out of them. Mm-hmm. There's been an improvement each game until now.
Well, for 2 years, we've been slagging Joe Linton off, saying he was rubbish. Yeah. We've been slagging Shelby off because he's rubbish. We made a few changes, and a couple of weeks ago, people were saying, "What about Joe Linton's captain?" And people were going, "Well, I'm not sure." Last year would have been laughing, falling on the floor, laughing my heads off, saying, "How are you, man? Shut up, don't be daft." But now you think, well, it's not a bad shout. I mean, he's not, but you know what I mean. But he's. No, I wouldn't either. No, you're absolutely right, Jason. But I mean, he's been a revelation, hasn't he? I mean, where do how many people have said, "Oh, there's a player in there"? We're going, "Don't be daft." There isn't, And I remember, I watch UFC Matters when John Gibson and Martin McDonald on, and Martin McDonald has slated him for 2 years, and yet the last couple of times he said, even McDonald said, to what's going, he says, "I've got to see he played really well." And for Suttermack to say that when he's absolutely, I think he once says, "Look," he said, "as long as he breathes air, he'll never be a footballer." And then he was saying, actually, he's been our best player for 2 games, and that's how much he's changed. It's uncanny what he's done in 2 games. It really is, So.
Well, the thing is, this has coincided in the ASM's form going the other way, isn't it?
Aye, fair point. Fair point.
One's progressed and the other one's regressed.
Yeah. I think a lot of it was that comment that ASM, when Bruce went, saying he was a great man. And his Billy's what he said. He's obviously he was the blue-eyed boy, could do no wrong, get the ball to ASM, he'll do it for you. And he thought, I'm number one here. And now he's realised that actually he's not. So he's got to do one or two things: ship up or ship out. Or
even though under Bruce, ASM would play a couple of games, then be injured for a couple of months.
Yeah. But the other thing I would... Sorry, go on, Sam.
He's into his 3rd season now, and is he any further forward than what he was in his 1st season as a player?
Not a huge amount, but at least he's playing better.
You would think, though, now in his 3rd season, for the type of ability he's got and everything, he would be ready for a movie that to a top 6 club or a club better than us, where we are at the minute, and he just doesn't look any further. For me, he still looks the same player that first came here, where you've seen the flashes of it, he can do it, but he just picks and chooses when he wants to do it. And then it was it's just a case of he turns up when he wants, and but I think that's what's most French players that just turn it when they want, but don't turn it on 24/7.
Plus, Sam, defences have got wise to him now.
Yeah,
he's got 3 or 4 moves. Double up
he
on
hasn't
him.
Got a plan B, has he?
Nope.
Yeah, he hasn't got a plan B. He needs to change his game. He can't do it. Maybe I think Rafa was right in the way why he's rejecting him, because he knew what he was only had one thing to do, and if you do that thing against him, you mark him out of the game.
Yeah.
And you can't change it. It seems to me that Eddie Howe is struggling to change it because he's still doing the same things as what he was in that boost by going down blind alleys, trying to take the whole team on, trying to be a world-beating player when we just need people who are going to roll their sleeves up and fight, and I just don't see it in him. I just see him trying to be Mr. Hollywood.
Like Billy said earlier on, you need fighters, you need people who are going to sweat blood at the minute, and some of them aren't doing that. It could it be they know they'll be gone soon, or could it be that they're just not good enough to do that? I mean, I love watching the SM. He's such an exciting player, but is he good enough to be able to graft like mad and do, dig in and find that extra bit? I just don't know.
Well, he's not, because how often do you see him helping the defence out?
Right, true. Yeah,
he left Lewis today so many times. He left Lewis on his own against 2 players, and he doesn't make any effort to get back, and it annoys me because that's part and parcel of the job. When, especially these next 2 games, when we're going to be under the cosh, like Trent Alexander-Arnold and like on that right wing is going to bomb forward. The right winger is going to bomb forward where Salah seems to play. It's you can't isolate one player. It just can't be bombarding, overloading it, and it's can't be too much.
We all know Salah's going to get at least 1 penalty on Thursday night.
Yeah. Wouldn't surprise me. Jalinda sending you some nudes there, Jitwo.
What's an IG message?
Instagram.
Okay, what you see. Too well, don't understand all these modern things. That'll be beyond me.
Sorry, but people can't say Eddie was great against Burnley. The blame Bruce again for next loss.
Piss off, man. Piss off. He's the same as that fucking ginger cunt.
Ryan's all right.
The thing is, right? Nobody said Eddie was great. We said he did the job. He set the team up right to get a result against them, and that's effectively what a manager has meant paid to do.
Yeah.
The fact Burnley were terrible, that's what we also realised, that Burnley were terrible. So
exactly what I was going to say, Sam. Burnley were slow and awful. Leicester weren't. We beat Burnley only by 1 goal. Should have been more. But I mean, I haven't looked at the end game stats today, but at one point we had like 54%. I mean, getting beat 4-0 on 54%. That's. I'm just going to check here because it's got me thinking. I'm gonna have a look. Where's the stats? Oh, they're not there. Damn it.
Which 3 positions do you? Which ones were they?
I think also that Leicester were a little bit too clever for us at times. Maddison, for all his cheating, he's a wonderful player, isn't he? He's such a clever player.
Yeah.
He really is. Real good player. So the subtlety he's got. There aren't many players like him around. And if you weren't playing against City, I'd have really enjoyed it.
But the thing is, he doesn't need to cheat. I've got the stats.
No, I agree.
53% we had 12 shots, only 3 on target. We had 6 corners, and we made 60 fouls. So we had more possession than we've had, for a long time. We're still getting bloody hammered. I just don't understand that.
12 shots and only 3 on target. I mean, the finishing needs definitely improving.
Yeah. See, my beautiful lady wife just bought me some toast for me supper. She's a superstar.
I thought it was a sausage roll.
Good toast.
It's a bit flat for a sausage roll there. Must have run over it on the way back.
But I'm pretty tired this week, so my shifts have been straight this weekend, so I'm pretty tired at the minute.
Do you work nights?
No, I started 6:30 yesterday morning, so because I opened the shop up now, it was like 9:30 till 4:30. So I did 6:30, 2:30 yesterday, and 9:30, 4:30. I had to shut up, open and shut the day, and I had to obviously open up yesterday morning, so I was my head's just a bit pickled. But like usually I do 2 till 10, so it's like my head's all over the place for time.
What do you do, Sam? What's your job?
Retail. Especially new with Christmas, your shifts are all up. My shifts are all over the place.
Yeah.
And Summers.
Not yet. I'm aiming for it in the future, maybe. Because we've got a lot of supervisors and that off at the minute, so I've had to take a key and open the shop, shut the shop. It's just a nightmare, especially with like just under 2 weeks till Christmas.
Yeah, Ryan's right there, mate. It's all about opinions. We can disagree.
As I always say, everyone's entitled to their own opinion.
But opinions are like arseholes.
Yeah,
everyone's got one, but doesn't mean you want to touch it.
No, I mean it's right. I mean it's as long as we can stay friends, we're gonna have different opinions. That's what it's all about, in my opinion.
Fraser, I can't remember the last one. Was he out?
I mean, did Wilson get any chances today? I can't remember. Did he?
No, he was.
He looked so pissed off today. He did. He looked really pissed off.
All the chances fell to the wrong people, didn't they?
Yeah.
I think he did get one chance, but he just didn't look up to it, and he lost the ball straight after getting it. Yes, and I think Fraser went as left back when Lewis came off.
I think he would have had chances if ESM passed.
Well, you got that as well.
The thing is, though, if you're a manager, surely you're looking at ASM and think, what are you doing? Pass the ball. Like, surely Eddie Howe must be saying when training, you pass the ball in these situations. You don't just be a hero. You pass and move and pass and move and give and go on 1-2s and things like that.
And the only time I remember Wilson actually being through was when he pushed it out wide and he kind of squared it back. And as I said earlier, ASM was stood on the D, not even attempting to get in on the pass. The chances fell through. Almiron had a couple, didn't he? But he couldn't hit Cal's arse with a banjo. So
he couldn't hit John Sinclair's arse down when the Cal's arse.
I think John has pace to press. I mean, he showed it.
Oh, God.
He done that 1-2. That 1-2 looked pretty decent. If it wasn't,
listen, I thought you said that John has pace to press, and I was thinking, what?
Yeah, Jordan probably has got the pace to press, but they've all got to have the pace to press. No point one doing it. You know, he's pressing one man, attacking someone else, no one near him. There's no point, is there?
Leicester did the same to Man United, and Leicester did to us. They are good at high press against teams that can't play out of defence.
That's right, and that's makes it more daft that we even tried to do it.
Yeah,
I know, but let's be honest, that's right. For the price of a couple of their players, you could probably buy your whole squad. Like, that's the scary thing about it. Like I don't know. I haven't actually looked at all their figures, but I know that they spend a good bit of money.
Yeah, they have.
Yeah, like the price that they're on, they're getting young players in, and they're getting decent quality players in.
Yeah,
we were shopping in the fucking bargain bucket for the last fucking 14 years, and it's really coming to bite us in the arse.
Tielemans, Dakar, Madison, they're all big money signings, really.
Yeah.
Sumari with quite a lot of money.
Our whole club was bought for 300 million, and 300 million now would barely get you a mid-side table team now in the Premier League. But as a squad, I mean, I don't mean actually buying the whole fucking club.
Yeah.
I wonder how long it will be before our £40 million record signings a thing of the past.
It won't be long, Dave. I think we'll break that in January.
Yeah, 1st of January, I would have said, yeah. For our 1st of January, I'll go over that way. Yeah, definitely.
And apparently, there's a rumour going around. We've got 190 mil to spend in January.
Wow.
And the rest
financial fair play because we've signed nobody for 3 windows. So
is this right? We can excuse me. We can spend 350 million quid in the next 3 windows and still be within financial fair play. I mean,
we can spend as much as we like and we won't get done for nothing for
and
the next 3 years.
And what sort of rules is it when you go down? If you go down, how much can you spend? Like, is it the same FFP or is it?
I have no idea.
Is it a bit looser?
I mean, I suppose once they get more new sponsors and stuff in, that figure will go up as well.
Yeah, because if we go to the EFL, we can get any sponsor we want, really, can't we?
But even in the Premier League, they're not going to be able to keep that rule about not being able to name the ground after your sponsorships and all that. They can't do it because there's about 3 teams in the league has already done it. So you can't have it for free and not for the rest.
No,
that is
you're absolutely right, but there's absolutely no way that can continue. They're just doing it to be bloody awkward buggers.
Yeah,
but I mean, the other thing is, God forbid we go down and say we get Aramco or somebody to be our main sponsor or another big PIF company. What happens if we come back? If they keep that stupid illegal rule in place, or we got to give them up, or can we just say, well,
no? If it's already in place, surely they can't touch it when you come back up.
It's anti-competition. There's another cat case ready to be pulled if they keep doing that. Definitely, you can't have the Emirates, the King Power, the Etihad Stadium, and then not allow anyone else to do it. It's madness.
No, it is.
Leicester conceded most goals from headers, set pieces, and crosses. We didn't even test that. And they had Evans go off, and Ndidi went back there. Didn't even test him.
No call. I mean, how many corners, David? Did you say we had 12 corners, or 9 corners, or something? I mean, they're so poor from corners as well. We didn't once look like scoring from one.
Dave, you're muted.
You're muted.
So sorry. We had 6 corners to their 4. But as I always joke and say, we never score on corners.
No.
Well, we do, but few and far between. But yeah.
But I was saying we should have concentrated on getting as many corners as possible in there. With if Shelby could put in the corners like he was against Burnley, that would have been great. Now, but he obviously didn't do that. Yeah, it's a pain in the fucking flu.
He's made it once. How needs at least 100 mil to spend in January. Well, apparently the rumours are he's got 190 to spend. Whether he spends it or whether this stupid 50 mil for the next 6 windows.
I don't believe that.
I don't believe that. Talking about fans, not talking to him. Chippers, you wanted the PD pick when he was frozen. I sent it to you. Oh.
If he has done, Chippers, send it to me on Twitter and DM it.
Oh, well, I'll send it on Facebook or something.
Yeah, because I'm going to put that on the Horseman tomorrow.
When he was shitting himself.
Alongside Keith.
Are you doing Horseman tomorrow, Billy? Is Barry working or is he on?
He's on. Well, he's kind of easing things down now because his baby's due soon. So
yeah, due first week in January, isn't it? So
I've got that for the next few weeks.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know how he must be literally restraining himself at the leash barrier with this going on, like with that going on, because he must be thinking, "Oh, how am I supposed to how am I supposed to have a laugh?"
Cheers, Jace.
Wait, I suppose though he'll not be doing. I suppose he'll not be worrying about the rest of the Ashes because it's already over.
Yeah.
That was always going to end 5-0, wasn't it?
Yeah. Which I had a bet on.
The last test might not go ahead now.
They moved to Hobart, haven't they?
How did they say it? Was it wrong?
Won't make a difference anyway. We'll be 4-0 down by the time we're gone there anyway.
When are you going to realise all English coaches are shit losers? Not all of them. I was more hoping for another foreign manager to take charge.
The thing is, the foreign managers don't want to take on relegation threatened clubs because it looks bad in the CV abroad.
Howe isn't responsible for getting the players in, but he is responsible for how the tactics and play is done. Yeah, you got a point now.
Yeah, something went wrong today, didn't it?
I mean, there was when the talk just blew up all over the place saying Eddie Howe out, and one comment struck me as saying that they want him out because he's one that's supposed to be barking the orders. Yet all we were constantly doing was hoofing the ball, and that's all Eddie Howe was asking for him to do.
Did any follow that the other 14 on Twitter who look at the stats of the other than the greedy six, and a lot of people say, "Oh, just hoof the ball up." We'll be well below halfway in their stats, and I think we're 8th or 9th in that list. For long ball games. So it might look like they've done the stats. I mean, don't know, might be wrong, might be right, but it seems as if we're not playing the long ball.
Do you know what? I wish we would play the long ball from goal kicks.
Oh yeah, absolutely. And we used to as well. That was the thing. But I think part of the problem is it's all about accuracy, playing the ball out, Billy. I'm not sure to Bradford or Darlow can ping a ball 60 yards and land it near one of our players. It's been a lot of hit and hope, I think. But
When you have to rely on Shelby for those type of pings.
And he can do it, though. I mean, he can hit a 50, 60 yard pass to somebody's. You went Sam went. Where's Sam gone?
You missed me in a minute to say send me the link again, even though he's only got to click the same link. Indeed. ASM never makes runs off the ball.
Fair point. Doom and gloom tonight, man. Jason, sorry.
It is 4-0.
We had 1 week of happiness. That's enough for us, Geordie.
Oh no, yeah. We can't have two. That's just going overboard.
It's against the rules, isn't it, Billy?
Person doesn't improve at all this season. We should sell, but I hope he turns around.
Yeah, I agree.
He just needs to get his head up, have a look before making those runs.
Well, if I said it the other week, and somebody else said it, that you need to watch some, YouTubes of people like Janola and Ben Arthur, but more especially from my point of view, Peter Beardsley. Peter Beardsley was an absolute master at dancing through defence, getting to go this way, that way, and then the ball was there in the back, and then a great pass was made for a score. If you watch that, because he's got the same skill set that Beardsley has, but he's just not using it. So
and you can put it another way, Dave. You can say players that haven't got anywhere near the skill that he's got.
Mm-hmm.
Someone like Scott Sellers, but who gave us more plus points? Scott Sellers made so many goals for us in the same position without beating a player.
No, because it's that sliding, skill rule pass through the defence that players like Sellers and Beardsley and others can do. He can't seem to do that. He just wants to keep on, I think the frustrating part is there's a couple of times he's beat two players and he's turned around and beat them again. Well, how? You've beat them once, man. Just keep on going, But wonderful to watch. Let's not beat about the bush, but so frustrating at times, just thinking, how we, man, just, and it's probably 3 dribbles before he loses it. He needs to do the pass, so I think we've lost Dave.
Having all the skills in the world, but if you haven't got the vision.
I was reading on the other monitor. It looks like I'm asleep, but I was reading the comments.
All right, okay.
If we still look like this in January, I'll be worried about giving money to Howe. He spent badly in the past. He spent well with pennies, but not with pounds. I think that's just referring to the Ryan Brewster and Jordan Ibe, was it, deal?
Yeah. Oh, he's back. Where'd you go? What'd you do?
I pressed the wrong button. I pressed the wrong button. Easy done when you've got sausage fingers.
Yeah, I don't know enough about Howe's purchases over the last few years, but I would say you don't get to come from, minus 17 points to go out of the Football League to end up being, 5 years in the Premiership without having some doubts about you. But was it him or was it people who were behind him? I don't know enough about Bournemouth to make a fair and honest comment on that. But you got to give him a chance.
We had more of the ball, but we were just passing it around at the back.
Yeah, that's the thing. I mean, that 53% wasn't just literally passing it backwards and forwards, across the back four in the midfield, not going anywhere with it, which we've done that in the past.
Yeah,
no, we do go somewhere with it. We've got literally, that's it. Tell the Irish guy by electricity rather than a red booth.
That's harsh, right?
Well, I can see perfectly, and you can see me. So
Ryan eats his carrots, mate. Doesn't need the lights on.
Nice toss pot.
Get Howland coaches out. We'll meet Mackham's coming up. Words found me. It's that top left-hand corner.
Really? Actually saying that?
I don't get it that people are saying
they're trolls, mate. They're trolls. That's all it is.
Is it 6 weeks? And it's like slowing down the super tanker at full speed and getting it to go the other way. It doesn't happen in 10 minutes. It's 20 odd miles to stop them, and then 50 miles to turn them around. It's a bit like that. He's got it. See what? He's got a massive job on.
I don't think Wilson had a single chance. He had one, but he fluffed it.
Okay.
He just gave the ball away. Fraser and Murphy would press more than ASM. Give 100% Mags. He blames the ref for today's defeat, and the players aren't to blame. Did you see at the end of the first half, the referee was talking to Madison and they gave him a little tap?
Slapped him on the back, yeah. That was appalling, that, mate. Appalling. He probably said, thanks for the penalty, wasn't he? Well, that's on, why I.
Yeah, that's exactly what I was thinking.
Terrible.
Chipper needs the electricity, never.
Aye, what are you doing, Sam? God's sake, all I can see is, there you are.
Go downstairs.
Put a couple of quid in the meter.
I was getting in the basement.
All right.
The sex dungeon. The sex dungeon, yeah. Or the fun room.
That's very fun. It's very fun when I'm by myself.
The Cowboys beat us, Dave, today.
Yes, I saw that.
Bastard.
What was the final score?
27-20.
Oh, right. The last time I saw was 18-0 after the first quarter. That's going to be an absolute battering, that. But
yeah.
You're talking about rugby or something or
American
NFL.
Oh, God. That's shame.
Why call it football when they don't even use their fucking feet?
They do. They kick it and but yeah.
It's just Americans trying to play rugby, that's all it is.
There was a few years ago, Sam and Jason, there was I forget who it was, but you might remember, he's got a better memory of sport than I have. We got an English rugby side to play them in rugby and in American football. I don't know who it was now. I'm going to say it was Sale, but I could be wrong. And they absolutely battered them in both games. And when of course, when the Americans came out just with the shirts on, well, where's protection? You haven't got any of that in this game, fella. And they came off, they were destroyed because they don't have all the 10 foot of armour on, and they reckon they were dropping like flies. We absolutely destroyed them in both games. So there you go.
We could spend $500 million, but spent wrong is all pointless. Everton as an example.
Fair point.
Yeah, that's only been my point with Eddie Howe. He's not really known on the European stage, so attracting players is going to be difficult for him.
That's why we need a decent director of football.
Yeah.
So when Rafa gets sacked in the morning, he's announced as director of football on Tuesday. We've got Rafa's little black book, you see, so it'll be all right then. So firmly in cheek, by the way.
That'll be Rondon coming back to us.
Oh, Jesus. Oh, God. He's been awful this year, hasn't he?
He has.
I mean, what happened when he was in China? But I watched a couple of their games the other week. And I thought, geez, where was the player that we had? I mean, he doesn't even look strong anymore.
He looks so weak. He couldn't even do it in China.
No. And that's less than the American football, isn't it?
Yeah.
We're interested to see what Howard does after the day. Dismal performance, to be honest. I hope he gives them the hair dry treatment. Well, apparently, according to him, that even though it looked like a heavy defeat, it didn't feel like it. But, even though I have to say there, he's had a Sinclair there.
Tangy, yeah, well.
The last 10 minutes were a bit grim, let's be honest. They were all over us last 10 minutes. They could have scored at will, really. But before that, I thought we'd compete. Well, certainly in the first half, I thought we was at least they're equal. But that penalty changed the game.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, I just listened to it. I didn't watch it, but that's what they were saying. Razor and Ando were saying that. I listened to them. I thought we seem to be playing okay. We're as good as them. In some areas, we're better than them. And then penalty went in. Their arses fell through their trousers. And that was it. It was just went backwards. And you would have thought when they came out in the second half, would have said we're going to get this. But it was Leicester that did that, not us.
Yeah.
So
may have been a completely different game if either Dubravka saved it or that penalty decision was overturned.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah. I'm not sure we would have won, but I think we would have got something out of the game. We're going to draw something. Who knows? On a parallel universe, where we've won everything going, we've won Champions League 10 times and whatever, because it's all about fine margins, apparently.
We might get 15 wins on the trot.
As Bruce would say, it's the accumulation of points.
Points, yes. We need to dust ourselves down and go again on Thursday.
It's when the daffodils of spring start blossoming and the accumulation of points.
Yeah, the seagulls follow the oh, ye God.
Trust the process.
He just needs time.
God, Ryan's being too deluded here. He really is. He needs to realise you've got the same players.
He's a fucking wind-up merchant. He's a wind-up merchant. He's the same as that.
Yeah, you're right, Tangy. Absolutely spot on, fella. Absolutely right.
Yep.
There's a reason why you got
lesser extent too.
Mm-hmm.
They were like the Trickle Brothers, weren't they? They were like you couldn't separate them on Cannon and Bolden. Them two.
No.
Lee Clark as well with them too.
Yeah, Tangy's right. I mean, the number of balls you've seen Beardsley slot through that, like he says, like an eye of a needle, and Cole just knew where it was going to go. And the number of times Beardsley hit the ball, and you're thinking, what you doing? Oh, back of the net, that's what you're doing, right? Okay, it was wonderful to watch back in the day. Absolutely wonderful. How many goals did they score one season? Was 60 odd again? I can't remember.
Yeah.
That doesn't happen these days, but my God, it was a sight to behold.
And Peter Beardsley, he was the original presser, wasn't he? God, the work he used to put in, chasing centre halves and fullbacks, side to side, wouldn't stop.
that one where he chipped Corrigan when the ball got kicked out. He slid in from behind, took the ball. The player kept on running because he thought the ball was at his feet, but it wasn't. Beardsley got it. He took 3 steps, looked up, and thought, thanks very much, back in the net from 25 yards. Corrigan didn't have a bloody hope of getting it. It's one of the best goals ever scored at St James's Park. He did it time and time again. It was amazing to watch. For me, others may disagree, but I still think he's the best player I've ever seen in Newcastle, the best footballer. Shearer, obviously, the best striker, but I still say that Beardsley was the best footballer we've seen. Absolutely amazing.
Yeah, I think Messi had posters of him on his bedroom wall, didn't he?
Probably did. But I mean, it's what we said. I mean, I went to the NUFC Matters night with Peter Beardsley, and quite a few people were saying, how much would Beardsley be worth today? I mean, we couldn't afford him. He would be he'd make Messi look like a Blythe Spartans player. He was absolutely amazing.
I remember when Liverpool bought him and Barnes. I think they paid 1.4 million for the two of them. It's ridiculous.
Crazy.
And that Liverpool side with them two was probably the best club side I've seen ever.
Yeah.
They were awful. That one season, especially.
Yeah.
I'm sure she don't.
No, she doesn't really.
I don't blame her if she does with the garbage you're coming up with, right? But never mind.
He's just having a wind up money.
You haven't called her overweight, have you, Ryan? Joke.
Billy,
she might prefer Juan King instead.
Billy, did Baz send you the video we sent to him about John's date?
No, he didn't.
Yeah, he sent me it now.
Oh, is that what you sent me?
Yeah, I might send it on to Billy to see if he wants to use it on the horse.
Yeah, send it in. Have a look.
Oh my god! I was literally having a cup of tea that morning, and I was like, I got a message from W Mag. Okay, let's have a look. I was like, I just literally spat it all over the place. I was like, oh my god!
Did he do a proud look? Did you?
Oh my! I think it was worse. Oh my god! I do not know what goes through his mind. Jeez.
But let's see.
Yeah, well, I said I was only going to come off half an hour. That was like an hour and a half ago. So I'm going to, I know, just because I wrap it on, man. So, right, lads, I'm going to love you and leave you, and I'll see you through the week.
See you then.
I'll watch Horseman tomorrow night, Billy.
Yeah, we've got a Horseman tomorrow night. Yeah.
Be nice and quiet, will it? Nothing controversial.
Yeah, just be a nice.
It'll be like a 1 hour
chat.
Like talk about football.
It'll be like women's hour, will it? Yeah, okay, right away.
I won't be talking about football.
No. Anyway, guys, and everybody watching, it's been fantastic. Jason, thank you for having me on again. And
no worries.
I'll catch up with you soon. Watch what you're doing, everybody.
Take
care.
Catch you later.
Take care.
My guy.
Is he online? Let's see.
God, Jason, that's one of the most stupidest questions you could possibly ask.
Oh yeah,
he's never lovely.
He's probably posting his next 17 live links.
He's probably thought, I'll do Lash's watch along, not realizing the first test's already been.
Drop him a link.
It's on the way, Billy, I think.
Good man. Yeah, I got it.
The gloves are off.
The blobs are off.
And also the gloves.
I'm not putting the sound on. Fuck you.
When you go off, play it with the sound on. It's hilarious.
It was John on his date, like.
Especially the ending.
She looks like that woman that he was photoed with as well.
That wasn't a woman, that was a geek cop, man.
Busy was Messi before Messi.
Jesus Christ, it looks like Dublin's gonna be puke all over the place.
We both got the same cough.
I'm fucking dying, man. It's like coughing a razor blades, man.
So I had that a few weeks ago. Like, it was bad. I was like like Chinese. I was like John off when he had his allergic reaction. My eyes were streaming and everything.
Oh, it's fucking bad. It's bad, alright. Fucking like it, and it started slowly. It started slowly over in Newcastle. Like, it was just a little cough every now and then, and I thought it was because me coil was gone on me vape. But then I got home.
I mean, you should definitely not have had that tongue kiss with John Lee. You'll just have to be wary next time.
No, what was it? Was it the Chelsea game? I think it was the Chelsea game. I fucking started meeting some girl in Trillions, man. I caught something off her, man. She gave me a fucking chestnut.
You shouldn't be licking pussy then, should you?
No, I wasn't even near that. Like, so God only knows what I would have cut off that.
Crabs.
Now I know who Joe Litton is.
Yep, I think I know who it is as well.
It's the same person that messed. Is it the same pictures?
There's a picture of you with like a carrot in your mouth.
What?
A what?
It looks like a carrot or something. Something orange. There's Chippers, Paul, PD, and looks like Donny van der Beek. Don't know who it is. On the right. Have you got that picture on Facebook Messenger, Jace?
Facebook.
It's from.
Oh, okay, yeah, okay. Oh my God! It's got Paul, PD, Matty Longstaff. Oh my God!
Is it Matty Longstaff? Is it? Yeah, isn't it?
Yeah, that's Matty Longstaff.
What was he there?
Well, if he's ginger, it's can't be Matty Longstaff. Come on, he's only ginger. There we've got.
Chippers with black and orange in his mouth. Oh God! So now I know who you are.
Yeah.
Who is this? Is it Brad?
No. It is not a Brad.
It's the name I said earlier. On the
Mingia.
street. No, it weren't him.
I thought it was level 7 at one point, because at the same time that they said check my messages, I had a message from level 7. I was like, surely not.
What did he have to say?
What did he say?
Send me the link.
No, he just said he's been busy today and didn't see the game, so he'll be around on.
I bet you sent him the link, but he didn't see it.
Well, I've got to go for a slap. Back in a minute.
All right, don't take the phone with you.
Fucking hell, man. Yeah. So
I was
who was
watching
it?
the Terminator, mate.
The Terminator. I'll be back.
Will you? Well, the way you're feeling, I don't think you'll be back here for a while because you'll be on back just as bad.
Oh man, I'm not traveling for a while, mate. I'm not until it all fucking comes back down again. I'm not going anywhere.
You could probably, when you went to America, how much you've paid? Traveling all that.
I am fucked for the month, man. I literally might starve at the end of the month. I have €200 to last me till the 31st, right? €200 in Dublin is like sweet fuck all. And I have to get to work and I have to get feed myself and everything, man. Fucking lucky enough, I paid me rent when I was over there because after missing the second flight, I was like, I'm paying me rent just to make sure I'm not homeless. Like when I get home, like.
So you actually managed to catch your flight after missing your flight last time?
I missed. Right, what the story was, right? Sunday, missed a flight. That was just me being an idiot, right? Then out of the panic, I booked a flight for the next day, but it ended up being the 6th of January, right? So then I book another flight the next day, right? For the next day, I get all the way into the airport. I get through the departure gates, go all the way down to the actual gate to board, and then they say that the rules have changed and you need a PCR or a antigen, right? And I was like, well, all over the news it was saying Irish citizens don't need to because of the common travel area. So they kicked me out, so I had to book another flight. Right? So then I fucking booked another flight. So that's 4 fucking flights to get home to Dublin. It's a 45-minute fucking flight. I'm coming back. We still had Storm Barra here, so it was like there were people screaming on the plane with the landing. It was great fun.
Well, they're not just screaming because they're so hungry on that plane.
Yeah, because I said there, "You're a wizard, Harry."
Did you pick Broly as well?
Yeah, I mean, owl. You get a fucking owl. He delivers your mail and shit.
Oh god! Did you cancel the one for the 6th of January? Or you still got it?
No, I still got it.
It'll be like the 6th of January. It'll get to that day, and they'll be like, "Can this person? Can Dave now please come to the gate?"
No, but the thing is, it was. I'm like I see some of these some of the air hostesses like over in Dublin, like when I'm in work, like because I work in Dublin Airport, like.
But you do.
And yeah, and booking. I was like, seriously, you got to tell my boss now that like, see, I'm the only one in the country that does my job, and I work in the airport, and I already had to tell him I can't come in Monday, can't come in Tuesday, can't come in Thursday. You know, nearly all the way up to Thursday was, until I got back in. So you're going to tell him that now, and he needs me. I'm the only one there. There's nobody covering me. And we're coming into Christmas, and he was fucking flipping. But she was like, "No, I can't tell you." And like literally, the news was saying the common travel area you can travel. So I was fucking pissed off.
Wow. Oh god. So anyone positive for Liverpool?
No.
Nope.
In the realms of positivity, does a 3-0 defeat count as being positive?
In the quiet words of the Virgin Mary, come again.
Oh, jeepers creepers.
The quiet words of Steve Bruce. Well, you know.
I just don't see how we can. No, I just can't see a score, and I can't see us stopping them. It's going to be a long old night at Anfield, I'm afraid. And it's on Amazon Prime, I believe, as well.
No, it's on BT Sport.
Is it?
Yeah.
I'm glad I haven't got BT.
BT Sport starts at 7, kick off at 8.
Or they'll have Michael on in the studio then, won't they?
Oh,
no, it wouldn't fucking surprise me.
He's a fucking knob.
Steve McManaman and Michael Owen, probably.
See Gerard having a dig at him.
Yeah.
Yeah, Owen, yeah.
Yeah.
Fair play to.
I wish I was on late on Thursday now, to be honest, instead of Tuesday.
That's positive.
And then we'll play. What time is it? 2 o'clock next Saturday as well.
These 2 o'clock kickoffs aren't going too well for us, are they?
No, is it not on Sky next Sunday? Is it not on Sky next Sunday because it's a 2 o'clock kickoff?
2:15 kickoff against Man City.
Makes any difference because we'll still get beat off them now.
Oh.
Look, as soon as we start putting expectations and actually winning, we'll probably fucking actually win it. So if we just all go, right, we're already beat, let them go out and play, and they'll go out and they'll beat them 5 fucking or something.
We're next Sunday as well, so that's great, isn't it? I don't need to say a hammering live.
Yeah, we're on Sky Sports next Sunday.
We haven't got a 3 o'clock kickoff until we play Cambridge on the 8th of Jan.
Sky Sports for the Man United game also.
I think the Everton one might be on Amazon Prime.
Yeah, Everton's Amazon Prime, yeah, 30th December. Yeah.
Isn't the Southampton game the 3 o'clock kickoff?
No, it's 2 o'clock.
No.
You got Liverpool 8 o'clock, Man City 2:15, Man United 8 o'clock, Everton 7:30, Southampton 2 o'clock, and then Cambridge at 3 o'clock, followed by Watford at 3 o'clock.
That'll probably change.
So we've got a long while before we play another 3 o'clock game.
See, I thought you was bloody. God, that sounded like a wrong sound.
No, I was just a fucking sigh. I'm just fucking. I just want a couple of wins, man.
Right, guys, I'm going to shoot.
Nice one, I'm shut up.
See you later, boys. Sleep well, boys.
I'll try my
Attempt to.
See you later.
Catch you later.
I'm going to shoot as well because I'm zonked.
No worries. Calling it quits in a bit anyway.
All right.
Unless Paul gets back quick enough.
So I'm going to say Thursday and Sunday are 2 defeats.
I think pretty much I'll say that.
I'll see you next Sunday for it to do it all.
Oh yes, the fun never stops. Apart from last week, it did. Catch you later.
Right, best of luck, lads.
Oh God.
Are you ending it, or are you waiting for Paul?
Depends how far away he is, or if anyone else comes on. Think about the top teams and how wary of Newcastle they are. With us being the richest club in the world, they will want to hammer us. We are in the league with Norwich, Burnley, and Watford.
They're going to want to enjoy it while it lasts, because eventually, inevitably, we're gonna end up being up there. Eventually, I know it might delay us a year if we go down or whatever, but you're only delaying the inevitable.
True. We are gonna finally get those trophies at some point,
and then we can rub it in all their faces.
Yeah, rub it in all of their faces.
Yeah, sounds like you have the cover I have anyway.
No, I've had it all last week. It is hell.
It's like razor blades, isn't it?
I've not got so much of the sore throat. It's just constant coughing.
Yeah, and then the headaches from that.
I've been getting a few headaches, but I've just been bringing up so much phlegm.
Fuck. Yeah.
Good. Alan, welcome. I thought ASM was all right for you today. The biggest problem is your keeper and the refs. You are getting cheated out of the league. It stinks. Probably one of the very few that think ASM had a decent game. I just think he's too selfish. I was going to say shellfish then.
I wouldn't blame Dubravka. I thought Dubravka done the best he could with what he had. It's a defending in front of him.
He's usually pretty decent at organising his back four, but we just need a better back four. I just dread that. I think after Liverpool, Clark would have served his ban, so he might be back for City.
Yeah, I hope we just have to get fucking Fernandes back on, man.
I don't know why he isn't playing. He's obviously proved that he's a far better defender.
In that one game he's played, that was his only appearance in the whole season, wasn't it? I think so.
Came on as a sub against when Clark got sent off.
Yeah, I don't think he started the whole season.
I think he may have started another game.
I'm not sure.
If Liverpool beat us 5-0, who cares? Just need to go out and have a decent go at it. Villa lost to a penalty to them, but
we weren't expected to win these games anyway, so we might as well just fucking. It's like if we lose, we lose. It's a pain in the fucking arse, I know, but it's just the luck of the draw of the of the fixtures and all that. Like, but we weren't expecting, like, even Leicester, a couple of years ago, a few years ago, won the league, and they're playing in Europe and all that, and we're in the relegation zone, and people are expecting a win and all that. Like,
well, yeah, exactly. Where were Leicester the season before?
Before they won the league.
Yeah, they were practically relegated.
Yeah.
Next minute, they've just gone and won the bloody league. So it's possible if we ever had that chance of staying up. Who knows?
Yeah.
Take care, Chips Billy. Any truth to us signing Arthur from Juventus? I haven't heard of that. I know the only one from Juventus that I've heard of is Ramsey, but
he's made of glass.
Yeah, and he's 30. We don't want to be signing these old players. We want to build young. Maybe get a couple of oldies for the experience, but we want to build a young team.
Yeah. Look, one positive if we do go down is we'll be winning games every week, and
well, yeah, we've got that.
So, yeah, but it's a pain in the fucking flute, like.
Yeah, I agree. There's a storm before the calm. Definitely not our keeper to blame. Our defence is rotten. It's the same defence, and as I've said, week after week, we haven't had a brand new centre back since 2018, and that just says a lot.
Yeah.
Even Kraft's not being mentioned now.
Oh yeah, you forget about him actually. But, yeah, I don't know, man.
I've watched all your games since Howell was appointed. The refs have stitched you up. I agree about the defenders. Ahead of him, you look brilliant against Norwich. He should keep to that team. We looked brilliant against Brentford. That was an amazing attacking display. Just our defence got the better of us.
Yeah.
Ramsey is different class. He carries Wales. He's just injury prone. We have enough injury prone as it is.
Yeah, he's like a wheelchair, like glass ankles.
We got Dummett, who's injury prone. We got Wilson.
He should be back soon, though.
Apparently, he should be ready before Christmas, but I don't want to rush him back in. Not against these games. We're not going to get nothing out of these games.
Yeah, true.
Maybe bring him back for Everton, but then probably starting back against Everton. There's no point playing him against City, United, and Liverpool.
Let's hope Rafa's still in charge at Everton and he does us a favour.
They'll probably still end up losing. Bournemouth for Newcastle next season, hopefully in the Prem. It's looking doubtful. We'll just swap places, no doubt. Yes, in short, that's what I mean. We aren't expected to win, so no pressure. We should field our subs. And you for the Liverpool game. The current starting 11 aren't clicking. I think it was maybe against Spurs, maybe Bruce's last game. Or his second to last game. He named a bench that was far more stronger than the starting 11. I do feel we should be starting youngsters. Start bringing some youth through. We haven't used youth for so long.
Yeah, they've got a bit of hunger about them. They want to prove themselves.
You got young Stevenson, who's banging in goals for fun. Now's the time to promote him.
Has he got like 2 or 3 hat-tricks in a row or something?
Oh, yeah, I think something along those lines. He's scoring so many goals.
And then Elliot Anderson, did you see his shooting in training?
He deserves to be in that first team. He broke into it, and then we never saw him again.
Mm.
And he just done so well against Arsenal on his debut. So why wasn't he seen again?
Bruce.
Well, exactly. If you're going to perform, you deserve to stay in the side. Unlike the long stars who are not doing anything.
Yeah, man. Fucking joke. Look, it's really fucking aggravating, all this shit. Like, just, you think it could be a simple fix, but...
You guys played well first half, although ASM must be frustrating. He goes past 2 or 3, but holds onto it too long. He does. That's what we all complain about. He's so selfish on the ball, he won't release it. He's like a Ronaldo. Thinks he can do it all on his own. And then it just pulls it up. He's not Ronaldo.
And would you think he's the type to throw his dolls out of the pram when you call him out on it?
I reckon he would be. I mean, half the time when you see what he gives up when we go a goal down, he just looks like he can't be bothered. As soon as he picks up the ball, he's there, or he'll fake an injury and hobble off. I know he's young and he needs to. Well, he's young, but I think he needs to be told it. He needs to be told just to don't think that you can take everyone on because you clearly can't.
Yeah. He just goes. I think Malcolm McDonald was saying he literally just goes from one. He runs across the pitch, and he goes from one side to the other, and he doesn't make any difference. Like he doesn't like a little diagonal ball in or a little quick tap behind the defender or something like that, like onto someone who's running onto it. Like, but again, we're not getting enough players in the box either.
We're not. That's why I don't really like the lone striker. It's not giving us that many in the box.
Well,
ASM does everything great, but ultimately doesn't lift his head to find someone much more likely to score than him and Callum Wilson. Too greedy.
No, I don't think Callum Wilson's greedy.
No, there's not really much he can do. Feed him the ball and he's just got to run.
Yeah.
There's no one there to support him. It seems like he's been injured for about 2 years. It does. As soon as he gets his injury, he'll come back and get injured again. But
what was his original injury again? Was it an ankle or something?
I can't even remember.
I think they were saying it's a repetitive strain of his calf or something, isn't it?
Pull down it. All right. Wow. Apparently it's got Paul Dummett as a Scottish player. He's Welsh.
Fuck's sake. Did I tell you that when we got all the French players in?
Yeah.
And I was saying that my uncle, he thought it was Dumais because he thought it was French.
Yeah. Dumais. Paul Dumais.
He's from fucking Wales, man.
Oh, man. Yeah, we'll like being called Le Mags.
Le Mags, yeah.
Oh. Why does the sales our captain? What does he have that other players don't? Probably muscle. That's the only thing he's got. He's got the build, but he just hasn't got the ability.
Yeah, he was appointed, but I don't know why they just don't strip him. I know he might get into a bit of a strap, but he can be in the strap all he likes when he's on the bench.
Asim is a great runner of the ball, but reality is his stats are poor and has been from day one. Yes, you can see that player in him, but
he doesn't seem to have the final product. Like,
yeah, exactly. His shooting is not as great. He can run with the ball. I'll give him that. He can dribble. It's just his end product. It's not there. Under Ashley, we probably would have seen ASM and Wilson leave in January with no replacement. Most likely. He done that with Andy Carroll when he got rid of him for 35. I hope Wilson is greedy. He's a striker. That's what strikers are there for, to score the goals.
Yeah. And when he gets a chance, he usually does take it. Like,
oh yeah. Wilson has a right to be greedy as our only goal scorer. Exactly. ASM will get the winner and man of the match in your next game. Next game is against Liverpool. Just a reminder there, next game is against Liverpool on Thursday. And we haven't got Willems there to score a nice little goal.
Oh yeah, do you remember? He was like, I thought there was talk about him actually coming back at the start of the summer, wasn't there? And then
apparently the new European law, he hasn't played enough games abroad to gain a work permit to come back to us. So screwed us over on that one. Could have got him for free.
Yeah, he was decent. Like him and ASM, they paired up pretty well actually.
Yeah, they linked up quite well, and they were good. They were friends off the pitch as well. So it's all going well for them. The next minute, we can't even sign him. Would have been nice to have brought him in. It would have helped Jamal Lewis improve as well, having a mentor like Williams teaching him the ropes.
Yeah, and you need competition in the places, all right. That's one thing we are lacking. But I'm fucked.
I think I am now.
Yeah, I think I'm gonna head off now, man.
Yeah, I'm gonna call that quits as well. My throat needs to rest.
Yeah. Right, good night. I'll talk to you again.
Catch you later. Just coming on. I like to see Willock in front of Joe Linton and Shelby. I think Willock pushed further forward could be a good idea. What's your opinion on Mickey Almiron? I checked his Premier League stats lately, and Kieran Clark. It's more like to score assistant Almiron. Excuse me. Bear with me 1 second. Yeah, Miggy is it's a funny one, really. I do want things to work with Miggy. I really do. I've said it before. I'll say it again. With Miggy, he had so much confidence at Atlanta when he played for them. He has so much confidence when playing for Paraguay, solely because he is on set pieces. At Atlanta, he scored so many goals with free kicks and penalties. He does the same thing for Paraguay, but when it comes to Newcastle, he does not take any of the set pieces. It's always Matt Ritchie who, okay, it's fair to say he can't beat the first man. We've even seen Jacob Murphy score some free kicks, and he doesn't really take many set pieces now. It's usually just Matt Ritchie or Shelby. But I feel we can get so much more confidence out of Miggy and a better performance out of him if we were to bung him on set pieces, give Miggy those free kicks because we know he could take them. If you look up videos of Miggy when he was at Atlanta and through Portugal, Paraguay. Oh wow. He clearly can score through set pieces. So I would clearly give Miggy so many more chances and much more game time if he was on set pieces, because that confidence, if he could score goals through those set pieces, it's gonna be a whole new different player from him. So I still would keep hold of Miggy. Kieran Clark, I'd probably release in January. Next match against Liverpool, not sure on that. However, I do agree he'll be harder. He'll try harder for the camera. Yes. If you're on about ASM now, I think all of them are try harder. We do tend to turn up against the big sides. So it wouldn't surprise me if we do end up getting something. I'm not going to lose sleep over that. Possible renew with James Milner next match. Possible. Former player of ours as well. Take care. And you, Ryan. Cheers for popping on. I remember Miggy saying Wiggy. Oh my god! I remember Miggy when he arrived in January. Yeah, game changer. He was. Rafa knew where to play him. Rafa knew how to play him. It's just he couldn't get the goals. Steve Bruce got him the goals. So I think Eddie Howe needs to maybe have a word with Rafa and see what Rafa says how to play Miggy. Maybe we could get that Miggy of old back again. And also stick him on set pieces. Yes, I have said. Yeah, there we go. Everyone I want to perform in front of the cameras. I don't see why they won't. Like I said, we always perform against big clubs, so I mean, you never know. We could get something out of Liverpool, City, and United. I mean, United didn't have the best of games against Norwich yesterday. Penalty that I was umming and ahhing about because Ronaldo did make a bigger meal out of that. But yeah, my throat is really fucked. So I'm going to leave it there tonight, guys. I need to get some medicine and then I'm going to head off to bed. So, cheers for popping on. All my guests. Thanks to everyone for being involved in the chat. Record numbers for tonight. I've actually went over 30 viewers during the live stream. So that is huge. I do appreciate that. Down below on the bar, subscribe if you're new. Follow me on Twitter. There's my Twitter name. Easy enough to remember. And also you can donate if you feel like it. It's down to you. I'm not forcing you to. But you can donate to me via that because I don't have 1,000 subs at the minute. Until I can get to 1,000 subs. That's the only way you're going to be able to do it. So yeah, I am looking to do a watch along for the Liverpool game on Thursday night. It is on BT Sports, so that's the only time I actually can do a watch along. So yeah, join me then. That's going to be an interesting one. But yeah, other than that, the next live will be when we play City on Sunday. So next Sunday will be the next live one, other than the Liverpool game. And yeah, that's pretty much it. So again, cheers for coming on. All the guests, I'll drop their links down below after the video, or if not, I'll do it tomorrow. And yeah, I'll get well soon. I will try. I'm gonna dose up so much and get this bloody cough our way. But yeah, cheers for coming on, everyone involved in the chat. Everyone who came on, all the guests, I really do appreciate it. Do smack the thumbs up. Do subscribe if you're new. Follow me on Twitter. And yeah, take care, everyone, and stay safe. We will eventually get out of this rut. Soon. I hope. Soon. Let's hope January we can turn things around and bring some signings in and get rid of a load of dead wood as well. But yeah, until Thursday, catch you later. Take care.